What's up guys, welcome to the next video. So I, like many people, recently got to try out the Black Ops 6 beta, and I had a very fair pros and cons list about it. So in this video, I am going to explain my thoughts, my opinions, and hopefully you guys can agree with them and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But for right now, let's get on to the pros. Pro, the movement. Omni Movement is a new system implemented in COD where the players can sprint and dive in any direction. This allows a whole new set of possibilities when flanking and peeking around the corner. The movement itself feels pretty clean in my opinion. It reminds me of the MW2 movement, just with a little extra speed, and I thought that was a good touch. The only problem I really had was the sweats that were already using it to their advantage. Multiple games, I would see people diving and running around a corner and just turning in a corner and getting shot immediately, and that just kind of made it unfun a little. But other than that, it's an interesting concept that I'd love to see them capitalize on and see if they can kind of direct it to where it's more for the average gamer, but also a more pro could use it to their advantage as well if they learned it. But other than that, I found the movement just a great overall experience. Con, the weapons, and TTK. The time to kill is very distinct between the weapon variances. I thought the SMGs had lower accuracy like usual, but a very fast kill rate, which made it very difficult, especially on smaller maps, which most of the maps on the beta were. So it just made it kind of unfun, and everybody was sweating with them. It was just a whole mess. On top of that, the snipers had bizarre hitboxes and slow chamber time, which meant that I couldn't get a bullet into the barrel fast enough, and I couldn't shoot back fast enough, which means I died 9 times out of 10 with the sniper. The ARs I thought were a little more well-rounded. I thought the fire rate was fine. It wasn't the fastest, but it wasn't too bad. And the ADS speed also wasn't the fastest, but I just found it more fun and more enjoyable than SMGs and or snipers and other weapons. I just found it very difficult to use any other weapon besides SMGs because they were so broken during the beta, and I would just constantly get mollywopped over and over and over again by a sweat sitting in a corner because I couldn't react fast enough. I just found that kind of annoying. So I definitely say the con is the time to kill and the weapons and how different they vary. Another con I'd have to say is the map and the spawn sites. A bunch of the maps were extremely average looking in the beta, and some were actually a little small, especially for 5v5 game modes. Like 2v2 I'd understand, but they were 5v5, and that made it extremely difficult. Many times I'd be like in the back lines of our side trying to maybe snipe or shoot at and damage other players from across, like further across the map. And if 3 teammates, say, made it halfway across the map, the enemy would start spawning behind us, and that would just make it very difficult for me and a bunch of other players because we'd just get shot in the back almost every single time we'd spawn in, or we would spawn right in front of enemies as well, and that just made it extremely unfun because we couldn't even play the game half the time with how bad it was. I just had a very difficult time trying to enjoy most of the maps because of this, and I genuinely hope that they fix it because it was as bad as Modern Warfare 2's shipment spawning, and that is just awful. But even though as bad as it was, I will say that the addition of like secret tunnels underneath the maps, like such as Skyline, was a good touch. I enjoyed sneaking underneath and sneaking around the enemy team and being able to take out those campers and other people with it. So I thought that was a good touch, but other than that, the maps and spawn sites are just awful. Pro, the menu. I believe that the menu was actually really good. It felt like a mixture between Black Ops 3 and Modern Warfare 2. It was fairly easy to navigate. And I enjoyed looking through the barracks and the weapons and creating a good loadout. It just felt really clean and really nice. The only thing I will say I disliked about the menu is they're still continuing the UI from previous games, such as Modern Warfare 3, where you'd have Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, and Vanguard game modes on your game. And I personally don't like to see that, because when I want to play Black Ops 6, I only want to play that game, but it feels like they're trying to push other games onto me from other Call of Duties in the franchise. And I just didn't like that. Plus, it takes up more gigabytes with that UI especially, and that's a little infuriating. But other than that, I enjoyed the menu, and I thought it was pretty good. Con, the community. The biggest problem with the newer CODs is that the community has just made it really unfun to play. Even though I myself am an UNC and I've reached UNC status, I do remember the times when everyone was enjoying playing COD. Even I was, and sure, it was infuriating from time to time, like normal, but you didn't have sweats creating the newest build or the most OP loadout, the best camping strategy, and you didn't have them doing this every single game so that you'd be absolutely destroyed by a kid with an SMG running 200 miles across the map. I feel like in the most recent COD games, the biggest downfall is their community and what they've been supporting. And I'm very sure, like, not everyone is like this. Not everybody wants to create the newest build, and not everybody wants the most OP loadout, and they're just trying to have fun. And I'm not claiming that the people who do that are bad people. I just find it annoying, and I have done it myself where I've created loadouts that do adhere to what I've just said. But as I said before, it's just annoying to deal with, and I don't like the new sweats that have been ruining practically this game. And with that pros and cons list coming to an end, I'll let you guys know what my rating is. Personally, I had high hopes for this COD. They brandished it kind of as like a savior of the franchise, but I was fairly let down by it. Not to say it wasn't enjoyable for others out there, I just didn't have too much fun with it. And keep in mind, it is a beta, and the main game may drastically change the more they work on it and the more they continue with the game further on. But with it, I give it a 6 out of 10. I just didn't find it too much fun. And I could see it as like definitely a contender in enjoyability with Modern Warfare 2. But for right now, it just wasn't a good beta. It wasn't a good time. And they had some interesting concepts, but it wasn't the best out there. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Comment, and let me know about the game and other games you'd like me to try out. Subscribe and like. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.